wa akiwa baba.
Guys, so this guy has the audacity. This guy has the audacity.
And then this guy for like a whole month hatukuwa tumemention alikuwa na girlfriend.
This kanunua juice ya 50 bob and I was sold. This is the guy. This is it.
Mali safi huko.
Hi guys, welcome to
Youthversations.
So today with me I have some very lovely ladies and I'd like them to introduce themselves and to tell us one word that describes you best. Tanzania, Kama.
So my name is Vivian. Vivian Kamau. Huku anajita Kama. One word that describes you. A lively person. Living life.
Stacy.
My name is Stacy. One word to describe me would be authentic. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Wairimu. One word to describe me, entitled Uppity African. Yeah.
Kama jashika unaweza mexplain.
Oh, you want me to expound?
Yeah.
Oh, nilidhani also not everyone is chronically online like me. But if you were following the VMAs, guys walikuwa na complain Tyler is an entitled Uppity African. Yeah. Yeah, like called the word. Yeah. Basically.
Okay, sawa. Nimeshika. Nimeelewa. So, before we even dive into the questions, I'd like you to tell us, nataka tukue na icebreaker. So, I'd like you to ambie like truth, one lie, sorry. Yeah.
Truths, million, one lie.
Alafu sasa sisi tutakwambia ni gani.
Okay. Number 1, I played basketball in high school. Number 2, my favorite color is pink. Number 3, Wangori. Number 3, the farthest I've been in this country is Mombasa.
Okay. Really go for the second one.
Played basketball in high school.
Ndio ya pink na
Mimi
kasa.
favorite color is
Sasa mimi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say that lie. I know how to bake. I've met Nini, former First Lady Margaret Kenyatta, in person, and I've been on a plane. I know how to bake. I've met former First Lady Margaret Kenyatta in person. Na I've ever been on a plane. Ndege uliingia? Ikama. Sijui mguess.
Hadi mimi ningesema you know how to bake.
Guys, you can't. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's it.
So basi yako ni gani?
Okay, chini one lie. Yeah, ya kwanza ndio the lie, the baking one.
Nilijua tu.
I played book in high school. The farthest I've gone, okay, inaenda Tanzania. And I know how to swim. Inasema ile ya kuswim.
Hata mimi.
Arrest me.
Kidogo cha shida.
So he's in safe space. The first one is I've been arrested.
Hey, wakili.
Hey, I like from that's the second one. And what I like sort of you see the purple fruits, purple fruits. Like I can want them come across. So this would be like
Ngoja ya kwanza ilikuwa.
I've been arrested. I like purchasing in low families. And yeah, my guilty pleasure is hot foods.
Why is on ngumu?
What?
Like kama watermelon moto.
Yes.
Make a microwave.
Wow.
I think that's a problem. Judgment. As you know, when you have a problem, we can talk. Why you have watermelon moto?
Like yani wale watu wenye watermelon ikiekelewa juu ya food kwa function. Anasema, "Oh, what a chance."
Thank you. Oh, what a chance. Thank you.
What a chance.
Kweli. You want to start?
Mimi ningesema kuwa arrested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yako. Stacy.
Kuko arrested.
Yako. Okay,
Sema tu hot fruits. You know you want.
They failed me water, so let's proceed.
What?
Ni
Napenda
well, next question.
Namsiuliza nilikuwa arrested. Aya. So I want us today we're discussing about relationships. Vile nilifanywa kwa street. So kama uko na character development Stacy. So I'd like you to tell us what it means to you to have an authentic relationship. Inaweza kuwa the romantic kind, the friendship, like general knowledge. Yeah. So nani anataka kwenda first?
Tumeanza huku sana. Aha.
Tumesema wewe ni authentic.
Authentic relationship gani ya friendship ama like
Acha basi tuseme romantic.
romantic? What makes it feel authentic?
Yeah.
When there is how do I describe it? Like communication is very key. Like you talk things out, you make the other person understand you. Because someone said unsaid expectations, those are like future resentments. Because maybe you like flowers, you like someone who's lovey-dovey, you like all that. But if you don't tell your partner you want to be loved a certain way, you're just going to be holding resentment for them. You are expecting them to act a certain way without like telling them. So number one, communication. Number two, honesty. sioni mbona unadanganya, like hakuna mtu anakuchapa, hautachapa, like just come clean, be honest, and it makes things very very easy from there. Yeah. Hizo zinakwanga my top 2 for pia apply to other friendships. Yeah.
Okay, to me, first of all, an authentic relationship is simple. Like, I feel our view of how relationships should be imekuwa distorted na unrealistic expectations. So like doing the little things for each other makes a relationship really nice and authentic. Number 2, for me, I think kuko na a person that understands you. Like, you don't always have to be happy, you know. Social battery yako ikikufa, at some point they understand and they find a way to accommodate you and you also accommodate them. And the third one, obviously, the honesty, because at the end of the day, truth is the glue that holds a relationship together. No one wants to be with a liar.
Honesty. Number 1, honesty. Sincerely, like utachapwa. Exactly, like surely hakuna mtu anakuchapa. Bro, that's honesty. Just a supportive partner. Hata si lazima ikuwe financial, but just being there for you. Yeah. Shoulder to you, and you're building each other. Yeah. One or another. Yeah. So yeah.
So based on what you term authentic relationships to be, so far experience yako na your alignments, how has it been? Like, have you been in relationships where those things were met? Have you been in those authentic relationships? Able to tell us your experiences, Stacey?
The nice one.
Let's say umekuwa na experience yenye you have your basis of authentic relationships is basically what you expect in a relationship. So have you been in relationships that these things have been met, ama so far you've been in relationships that haijamitiwa to a point that you actually realized these are your non-negotiables? Yeah.
Well, I can say by bad luck, all my relationships have not met the expectations. Reason being, like, most of the guys I meet, they're usually not 100% honest. So I'm still waiting, but enough is enough. Not yet. Unfortunately.
You still have the power kuendelea.
I don't think so. I don't think. Mimi, if my soulmate ako abroad or something, Lord, please send them. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, actually.
Wow.
So yeah, not you.
Just that week.
Honesty. I said again, live. Just
Kwa
live.
tunadanganya mara ngapi?
Sijakuwa kwa nyingi. Very young girl. Okay, a story. This time, I think it was last year. Was it last year or 2022? Valentine.
No.
Time. I think it was last year. The guy but I was talking to the time.
Is the relationship you're talking still?
So I think ilikuwa on a Tuesday nilikuwa na class. Anakuandikia hapo happy Valentine, it's me and you against the world. Asante na mapema. Lunch time also namuuliza what were you planning? Si kwangu, like how your day was.
Yeah.
Sasa tunaongea jioni. Nikamwambia nilikuwa napeleka kazi yangu birthday. Lunch. Mimi sikuwa najua. Jamii nilikuwa nafikiria ni kazi. Kumbe ni msupa alikuwa anapelekwa. Hadi tunaona status co-wife. Yeah, small life here and there. I don't know why you should lie.
Yako ni personal. Yako ni personal.
Ndio tunafunza wengine. Yana generation. Tunaita Gen X.
Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha. Machungu nakumbuka.
everything. Do like this. Ayo, Patricia.
Okay. Personally, communication, yeah, I've experienced that. But sasa inafika point yenye mtu anakunyamazia mpaka unashanga kweli siku weekend mzima umedisappear kweli, bado tuna date bado unasema uko na girlfriend hapa. But I've experienced like the good and the bad, like the good communication and also like sasa I think for me it's been people putting up this image like ukishaambia mtu expectations zako anazinini ana sculpt hiyo image vizuri, ana curate and then I think inafika mahali they get tired and then you start now it's a downward slope. Honesty akiwa baba akiwa baba but like I've been with someone and then mnakumbuka ile thread ya that face when you slowly start hitting your girlfriend. Then unajua kuna ile yenye when you're with someone and like you've had multiple experiences, there's a way you can just tell like this is things are starting to so I told them, by the way, like nilikuwa nishamwambia if you, because the previous person I was with pia alipull your move, so nikamwambia by the way sisi ni watu wakubwa, if you ever wake up and you feel like you can't make it work, just sema and then tuachane tu nini. So imagine my surprise when after tumeachana and ameni block unajua tu pale kwa sudo account you know kwa detective pale nimejifanya DCI ukapigwa tu na mshangao. So date watu wanawapenda, don't date watu wanawachukia. Don't date people who hate you guys. Date watu wanawapenda. So angekuwa too honest, angekuwa zile za I've lost feelings or something like this is not working out anymore, ingekuwa way easier than whatever he put me through.
So actually, based on experiences, what do you think that in as much as sooner people like break up with you? Because we had an experience Uko Church when someone asked that if you get to a point kwa friendship, naona iki to high work, like what's the best way to even end things with someone with the basis of trying to maintain a relationship with them. But in my head I was like, me, opinion yangu ilikuwa if tumefika pahali safari yetu fare yetu imeisha, there's no need of forcing things. So why, it's not that you're burning a bridge, it's just that imefika point yenye your purpose in my life imeisha and it's okay. So you see the way my question was that what do you think would have been done differently in your previous relationships? Like what hata kama zilisha, what do you think you wanted more out of them?
I think
like one of you unakonga chini unasema let me give you like an experience of ukigostiwa. Ghosting is actually, I feel like ghosting breaks your heart more than hata kuambiwa nataka kukuacha. You see, so ukiweza putiwa in that situation again, what do you think you would have done differently? Ama what did you, ni nini ungetaka kuambia huyo mtu in that moment, and going forward, so you have that experience, what would you now do differently?
Okay, so for me, what I'd change, one particular events yenye nili breadcrumb mtu, and I ended up hurting them and even changing like how they relate to people they are pursuing. And was kutaka kufanya hivyo, like it wasn't on purpose, but nile yenye when you know someone is good for you, so you're trying to like, so like they're good for me, so I can like them, but then in the end unapata I can't like them. So what I'd change about that situation, just be honest from the jump and be like, I know you like me like this, but for me, the feelings are not the same. Yeah, instead of the way I let them along, and then now at some point, like I went silent, ghost kidogo, and then we karudi sasa, and then I was honest. So I should have just been honest from the word go. Yeah.
So you see, it brings the aspect of you want honesty, but are you giving honesty?
Ilikuwa in my prime. Ilikuwa in my prime. I am a different person now.
You understand?
Yeah, but I understand.
I want us to understand from a point of uko na needs unataka,
and like
but
standards.
Given a chance, are you giving the same? No.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll start first now the experience. So like we started talking with this guy in 2022. He's like my former primary classmate, but tumekuwa tukiongea ever since we finished. So January came, we started dating, and my intuitions already zilikuwa zinakata. Like I could see some red flags, but they're pink. So we were talking with this guy. So I think the first date we went on was in January. After that, I couldn't text for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, cool. Maybe he's still trying to process. So I text him again after 2 weeks. Hey, hi, what's happening? Are you doing okay? I'm good. I'm busy. So one fateful day natoka, because haishi mbali from where I live. So I think I was coming from work, and then I see him with his ex from way back when. Wametoka kwa nyumba. I'm like, labda alikuwa namtembelea tu. You know, casual visits. We skip. February yote we didn't talk, so we started talking in March. In March, this guy was like, sorry, I've been occupied. I went through things. And I'm like, I want to be the shoulder to cry on.
It's always men going through something, Bana. It's always.
Alafu personally, I'm a lover girl, so I'll be like, maybe you needed your space.
Yeah.
Let me give it to you. So we didn't talk February, March, tukaongea kiasi. And then we had like a primary school reunion in June. So in June, we hadn't spoken with this guy for like 2 months. So I didn't even know if we are still dating. I'm on a G-date. I didn't know, to be honest. So I show up. I'm like, today's going to be a good day. Tuonge, we settle the score. So the guy comes, doesn't even talk to me the whole time. Anaongea na the ex. Then things happen. So mimi nakuja kuambia, by the way, this one and this one, they were doing something kwa washroom and what and not. I'm like, okay, maybe ni entertainment. So this guy has the audacity.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you.
So this guy comes after the girl left. So like me ndo nimebaki the only option. So ananikaribia, like, Stacy, why are you not talking to me?
Wababa.
So yeah, after that, me nilim ghost, and then I was like, I can't do this. So one thing I would do better is to trust my instincts, because the moment I could have seen them walking out of the house together, that should have told me something. But I kept, turning a blind eye to the things that were literally in my face. So yeah.
Wale wa hamjui vile mimi namjua.
Okay, good. So yeah, trust your instincts, guys.
Oh wow. Come on, good family.
I think one thing I'll change is being more open.
Yeah.
Being more open. Because it's even not being more open with no communication.
Yeah.
So if and the ego games.
Yeah.
Wajafanya hivi text asubuhi.
Mnavaa pikits, mnavaa manati, mnaingia tough, mnasema basi tuanze.
Utanisumbua kichwa. And being more open, even though let's say I'm going through something. That nasema like I don't want to tell you. At a notice to like something's off. I tend to shut down. Sasa pia ama nashinda brother.
Yeah.
Like ego games come up. So I think I learned in Europe. And long distance and no communication is a bit creepy.
Yeah. So nataka kuwapea like a situation. that based on what you guys have said, nataka to discuss on the being self-aware.
Ngoja wewe utuambie yako.
Ngojea. Let me tell you, mine is going to be a combination of the question and the experience.
Oh, okay.
So let's say, hapana, I never sikuwa najua until like I sat down with my feelings and I realized that I'm part of the problem as to why my relationships don't work. And this on me is me ninaweza enda like tumaina date na mtu and he said something to me like it's the second day ashaanza kuniambia ananipenda. Really correct.
Lakini that's real. That's real. That's
but
real.
You see, the guy called me the next morning. He's like, if what I said pissed you off, you should have communicated. Because sasa, when I left, I didn't even tell him nimeenda. So unaona the whole time I panic. Akishanga tulikuwa na wewe, you're not even picking up. It's at night. You see?
Okay.
Okay, lakini
mimi nilidhani tu. I support women's rights and wrongs. Yeah.
You see, sometimes unless you're self-aware, maybe better ilifanya ni panic because I'm like, why are you saying this to me 2 days after you've met me? You don't even know. Hata ujui kwetu ni wapi. Mshanipenda.
Hata labda juu jina yako ya
Exactly. So to me, really panic and I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to be here anymore. Let me go home. So, based on that experience, nilikuja kufikiria that unless you're very self-aware and you know you're also part of the problem. Hata sisi tunakuwa toxic. Hata kama wasichana tunakatanga kwa admit, we are also toxic. So, do you think you've gotten to a point where moving on, if you got into a relationship sahi, are you self-aware that hata sifai kuwa in a relationship sahi until I work on some things about myself? Because, for example, I have this problem where if I have a problem with someone, mimi na shutting me down kabisa. So, hata utajaribu kuniongelesha nitakwambia tu ni sawa. I don't even want to hear your side of the story. And you see, that's a very dangerous point to navigate relationships. Because unless I tell you why I'm mad, it's very unfair what I'm putting you through. So, my question, based on your experience, do you think you've come to a point where you're self-aware that at this point, this is who I am as a person, this is what I'm offering in a relationship? And if so, what is that thing that you think you're struggling with that you really need to work on? So is it your communication? Because like I've said, will you date you?
Vibaya sana. Vibaya sana. Nitakuwa hapo nje ya kwetu na bumbo. Wow. Okay, right now, yes, I will. A while ago,
because you've come to a point you're self-aware. So what's the one thing that you worked on that ulifika a point like, unajua nini? Hata kama navunjwa roho, I'm also part of the problem. Because you see, we can't keep saying ati over and over again. Unaachwa over the same thing. Like, nilikuwa nasema, I've also had an instance where niliambiwa I was the one who was posting. Like, nilikuwa na lead on mtu. And I didn't know. In my opinion, I thought this was a good guy. Anataka kunilipia bills. Anataka... No, like me, I thought this is how friendships work. So if someone like because I've had a friend who a guy kwanza tukiwa campus alikuwa na catch and ndio nataka kwenda movie haya kuja twende, and then anakutumia pesa ya cab, anaenda nakubaya lunch na nakurudisha home. You see,
ama he was playing the long game.
No. And then, but also other friendships zangu with, I have like many friends who, if we go out, there's nothing I'm supposed to cater for, and then make sure, really like a very, so they also got the same situation. But apparently, tulikuwa tunapeana views. Kwa nilikuwa nilikuwa kwa line. Alikuwa mlima.
Wow.
So you get.
Yeah, nilikuwa nimepanga line.
So unless you identify, sasa alafu unapata kuna situations kama hizo tunashinda tukijirudia. So yeah, unapata, so are you self-aware enough to realize that if you are, what's the one thing you want to work on to be like a better person?
I would say last year, December, November, September, no way.
Okay.
No way. Funny enough, I was talking to a friend like a month ago with the same thing. And I was saying like, I'm not ready. Like I wasn't ready that time to get into a good relationship because I knew I was the problem with the communicating and shutting down. Because if anything happened, like maybe I was going through something that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, hakuna haja nitese mtu wenyewe pia. Anajaribu for him.
Yeah.
Like anajaribu. Trying to see what's the problem. But personally, I wasn't able to open up more.
Yeah.
So anaona anajaribu sana. Each and every single day is a new struggle. Just like maybe see mass. Just take your time. And I'm ready. Just maybe. But right now, very ready for cheap.
So umefika point when you're self-aware enough to know that when you're going through some things, you don't have to be in a relationship because you can't sustain it.
Yeah, true. Like last year and earlier this year, I wasn't ready because yes, people come. But unaona tu wewe usijisumbue juu utateseka mimi. Acha na mimi.
Utakufa vibaya. Nakuhurumia.
Let's talk on like. So hakuna haja last year hapana. So maybe now things have settled down. New opportunities and you're very ready for a new phase.
Okay.
Hakuna haja to run back to past. Double back hakuna.
So right now I don't think I'm ready for a relationship. I'm sure most of you guys have already told you the recent character developments that happened. But what I'm slowly learning is that relationships should not be something that takes something away from you. Like inafaa kuwa an addition. So for me, I think I've had a cycle of meeting guys when I bear even the bare minimum because I don't want to feel like I'm a burden. I want to be a simple person. Nasikini kama wako overloaded with this girl has too many demands. But then at the end of the day, it ends up with you taking like the absolute lowest of treatment, which I don't deserve. Like really. So for now, I think I'm aware that I need to find first nikwe self-content, self-fulfilled. I don't rely on someone else to make me feel like I'm enough. Na nijihold na like a high regard, so that when they're coming in, I can notice if they're adding value to my life or they're subtracting something from my life. So
for me, right now, I'd say I'm ready to be in a relationship. But a while back, I really wasn't okay with being alone because all my life, like I have siblings, I have a brother who like we are very close. So nimekuwa like at every step of my life I've had someone. So hiyo feeling ya uko peke yako, it wasn't sitting right with me. But like since the beginning of this year, I've been nimekuwa tu solo, worked on myself, and right now it's better. And especially what I was working on is when unajua mi sijui if I have a type, hata it's not even like looks. It's not even looks, ni wenye tu wote wanafanya the same thing. Mpaka uko zile za hawa ni what kind of people am I attracting? So I've learned like now I am like learning. Sasa shida yangu ilikuwa huyo akifanya hivi and I'm like si yule mwingine pia alifanya hivi. Wow. Acha nianze kuokota virago zangu. Nijitoe tu kidogo. Because once you do something and then it clicks. Acha mimi. Yeah, so I used to like mentally check out of relationships. But in most of them, it's like I end up being proven right. So I'm like, oh, so we wamefanya hivi, and they still, like the cycle is, yeah. So I'm like, oh, so I was right. Yeah. But I'm also learning that it's a must that when someone does something, ni kama ule mwingine. So like I've learned to heal from that, and right now like I can be with someone, and when they do something and it triggers me, I can tell them like, okay, you're doing this, and in the past this happened, and so it's making me feel hivi. Yeah.
So for me, I feel like I'm at a point where I need to actually work on myself. Hizo repeated cycles zimekuwa mingi sana, and it's getting to a point where unless you work on this, for example, I have an experience where we were checking. So I met this guy on Instagram, actually like a mutual friend. So tulikuwa tunaongea Instagram, then like on a certain birthday, kama ni 2021 ama 2022. So he's like, hi, where are you today? I want to take you out. So like sikuwa nimeclick ni nani until sasa akaniambia, so we've been talking, so I want to treat you on your birthday. Nikasema sawa. So that whole July, there's one instance hadi tulikuwa tumeanza kwenda double dates.
Amen.
So in one of the two meetings, he's like, no, actually hapana, nilienda TikTok. So nikiscroll TikTok, kapata like a video of that girl I post that my favorite person right now is my man. So who's the man?
Ni wako kiwa na wewe.
So mimi niliona video. So nikamtext nikamuuliza, actually because I knew we were going to meet, I said I'm going to go and ask him password. So he's like, and I told him, see, I saw you have a girlfriend. And he's like, so what's the problem here?
The social construct.
So he's like, that's the only relationship yangu mimi na yeye. So wewe hapa tuna have fun. Sisi tuendelee na mambo yetu.
Niko na wewe sahi.
So Vinika, I don't know. In my time I was very, better to say sikuwa self-aware. Because in my head I'm like, hizi vitu watu wengine wanafanyanga. So hata nijaribu. Anyway. So you see, nikafika point tulibishana sana to a point that nikaona nikaenda nikapost something on like Instagram ya kumtrigger. So he's like, akaniambia, so now you're going to expose me as a cheater, because even the girlfriend followed me. It was a whole circus that so hadi unaenda unani-expose ati, so nikamuuliza kwa hiyo nani amekuambia ni wewe nimemention. Akaniambia, but that is directed to me. So nikamwambia, exactly, that's what I said. And he's like, oh, you can't even solve problems outside and you still want us to have different. Long story short, to leave Blokiana. Elisha. Anyway, but you see, looking back, ilikuwa lack of self-respect, because from the moment I saw that video, because even after, sasa all of a sudden, akaanza kusema girlfriend yake analeta shida. So I'm like, okay, wow. And then this guy for like a whole month hatukuwa tumemention alikuwa na girlfriend. But the moment I brought it up, all of a sudden she's bringing problems, she's not hanging out with her. And then we used to be this guy every weekend, so niambie.
The math. It's not math.
Anyway, so based on that, I feel like nimefika point yenye I really need to be self-aware that what I think is love is not what is love. And unless I work on that, nitakuwa na settle for just anything that comes. Unaona ushaingia box. Hata hufikiri that. Hata ndio nilikuwa naambia mtu juzi that hakuna kitu nzuri kama kupendwa kwenu. Because the moment you realize that manze mimi hamwezi nitesa Nairobi na ninapendwa kwetu, you live a whole different life that hakuna kitu utawahi ni impress because kwetu mimi napendwa. So hata mnivunje roho aje bado ananipenda. So I'm so glad that tumefika point yenye tuko self aware that moving on you're going to do differently. But I also have let's talk about the toxic side of relationships. So I know to may encounter not maybe 1, 2. So would you mind telling us what was your experience? What do you deem based on your experience that any toxic? So what's that instance that you realize enyewe? Yeah.
I think Stacy ndio anafaa kuanza. 12 minutes.
Yeah, no, listen, I hope to meet you to cover most of the things. And now you have 30 minutes.
The toxic side.
Yeah.
Hey. Mimi zangu hata sijui kama ni toxic because inakwanga tu vitu ndogo ndogo mtu anakubo. But I think someone leading you on.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to this one guy when I was 20. Hiyo ni lini? 2022. So nile yenye mtu anakuambia I really like you nini anakutake out anakuongea you're calling me every day on video call tuko hapo tunaongea like you know so much about me and then you don't that was like before talking stages became a thing.
Yeah.
So me I knew like we are talking with a nini of dating.
Yeah.
So ananiambia yeah, like I am trying to make you my girlfriend, but like right now I am going through some things. I'm working on myself. Nini. So yo yenye someone wants you to stick around without like a very definite map and goal of where you guys are going. Yeah, I think that's kidogo toxic. That's what I've encountered. Yeah, that's kidogo toxic. So now like tukiongea na mtu na kuanga zile za please like I'm not trying to get my time wasted tafadhali like so una looking back unaanza kusema wow sasa hizo 6 months hizo 6 months man ningekuwa nimefanya vitu zingine hizo siku zenye nimelala saa 7 ningelala mapema ningeona movie ningefanya something else. So yeah, now when I'm talking to people and I'm getting to know them, now I'm being like, what are we doing? Are we friends?
Yeah.
Casual? Trying to get into a relationship? Like, sema sahi. Hakuna mtu anakupiga. Sema sahi. But now I think what most men don't want is to like say the truth. Asema I want something casual. Akijua. Because they know percentage ya kupata mtu anataka something casual is very low.
Yeah.
So they'd rather lead you on in like nataka kudate but they want a casual thing and then they're like mimi I never said from the beginning nini. So yeah.
Stacey?
Mine was not yet a relationship. Ilikuwa like a talking stage ish. So I met this guy in school. He's a Somali. So me nilikuwa nimechill too. I was sitting alone reading for my cat and then this guy comes, oh can I sit here? Nikamwambia yeah sure. So I'm moving my stuff and then he looks at me and ananiambia please don't go. I was like, huh?
So usiende kufanya cut.
Actually, please don't go. I'm like, no. I was just clearing the space for you. No, Katie. So we talked, we were vibing, this guy is showing me how ambitious he is, zile vitu zote that amefanya about his family, that is in South Africa, wengine sijui wako US. I'm like, this is the guy for me. So a few months down the line, si tunaongea. So juu mi ni lover girl, of course, hiyo tu kitu kidogo ya kurelate. I was like, wow, this is the man of my dreams. I called my mom that very day and I'm like, oh, mom, because me and my mom are very close. I'm like, hey, mom, I've met this guy.
Ni kama hapa ni wapi? Real lovers.
So mama was like, oh wow, unasikia anasemaje? Ako focused, he's doing all these IT projects. You know, he was a class captain in Lenana 2022 nini. So me, I fell for it. So I gave this guy actually aliniandikia namba yake kwa like my book math thing nilikuwa nasomea nayo cat. So I went to the cat and I was like, his name is Zach. Zach, can we meet after class? Classes zangu zinaisha 3, maybe we do it tomorrow. So we started talking. He took me to a place, kanunua juice ya 50 bob, and I was sold. This is the guy. This is it. So windows down the line.
Tumesema juice ya 50.
Hapo si waka.
But hakuna vile wazi na hit.
Tumesema that's the way to your heart.
So me and the guy, we are talking. He's telling me all these stories. And then kila sani, sijui come we cuddle. So the guy invited me for a movie. Anaishi South. Was it South Sea? I think South Sea. But I was like, I'm not going to show up to a guy's house. Tumejuana for like a couple of weeks. I'm not just going to show up to your house. So I just kept postponing. Anarudi, because he lives in Mombasa. Anarudi ananiambia, can you come over the weekend? We watch a movie. You can choose the movie, Netflix and chill. So I'm like, nah. Today niko na hii na hii. So I used to make up excuses. So like day fulani tumeka na my friends kwa cafeteria, and this guy comes and says, hi. Lo and behold, we all know the guy. The guy is texting all of us. So like after he left, so one of my friends was like, no jamaa nakuanga cringy, and then she pops up her phone. I see, the same profile photo, and I'm like, anime anani text. And then every girl just started showing up with receipts. Like, si mimi peke yangu tuko wengi guys. So we start looking through the text. Kenya ananiambia ndo anaambia udim, ndo anaambia the same guy, the same girl, hivyo. So I was like, okay. So si nikamwa tu kuwa patient. I was like, maybe ni mimi atachagua in the
Yourself a season, man.
I thought, if you thought wrong. So coming to, I think sijui kama ni tukifunga semester or as we are opening the current one, the guy texts me. And that time I think I was in the cafeteria with my friend group, and I got a text like all of us. It's like he didn't know we were in the same friend group, the same class, literally like tuko pamoja everywhere, which was guys, man. Anyway, so nimefika wapi nimesahau guys. So the toxic part is this guy wanted options and he didn't want to commit to anyone. So I remember when I opened school, he was like, I know I have been distant with you and I've realized, can we come we meet? And then texted my friend again the same thing. Like it was just so I didn't understand. So like the toxic part of that situationship is this guy didn't want to settle. Yeah. He wanted options, and the moment like ningeona that I couldn't, that mentality of probably he'll choose me in the end. He's still exploring. Nah. So I needed to do better. Yes.
The toxic.
Relationships. I think we were both toxic. But certain point. Then the friends, so we were toxic for each other. Because it was on and off thing for a very long time. So it's like ego games. That time was the queen of ego games. Hakuna vile unajionyesha wewe ni superstar. So anyway, mimi ndio superstar. So he did that to a certain point. Anyway, it's a bit too much.
Okay.
Hizo games zilikuwa monster. Leo umeamua utaki kuendelesha. Hata mimi niko na watu wangu. Usiwe peke yako. Ni watu umebaka. Usiwe peke yako. Kuna bamba that time. Sio bambi.
Niko moto. Anyway, so I also share the same sentiment with Patricia that that wasting of time and kama when it's stepping slowly to get to that better relationship that anataka, that's very toxic and it's very bad, but also ifanya mtu hivyo. So I feel like we're about to wind up, so I just want you to have like just into words, what's like that one thing you can advise someone like at a potential in let's say a talking stage, your advice to someone who's looking for like a committed relationship. Nini hiyo, you see like your mantra in relationships, what's that one thing? Nataka niwape yangu mkifikiria.
Yes, please.
Don't settle for less. See that thing that you want. Unaona huyo mwanaume anataka atakubaya gari wako huko nje bado. Si settle for mtu mwenye anakuambia to be honest, ni vizuri kukuwa realistic. Mimi kama niko materialistic ni sawa. So mimi sitaki kulia kwa baiskeli. So mimi nataka Range Rover. So I'm not going to settle for less. Na sitawadanganya. So don't, because when you settle for less, unaenda haribu pia, unafanya mtu mwingine askai worth it. So if you know your standards, please don't settle for less.
Same thing, because when you push a straight plan up your Twitter, kama hapo sio hapo.
Ile budget.
Na maua.
Crazy. Cause imagine
kuna mtu
atakubaia malibuke. Unachague.
Car wash.
Kwa sasa nini na jinsi ya 50 bob pale.
Tayari wewe yeye aliambiwa chague budget ama
At least yeye alikubaia hiyo juice.
What's yours?
I'm not sure for relationship.
Yeah.
I think I'll also go with not settling for less and having standards so that you know what you want and if the guy is treating you the way you actually deserve.
Yeah.
Mimi yangu ni the minute you start feeling ni kama kidogo pale kuna tashwishi. You start seeing like, okay, not obviously like kama hujamwambia, but like if it's something they know and now you see bado things are not working out and also your gut is telling you this is not nini manze toka tu like cause you'll stay and you'll enjoy and then you'll just utakuja halafu ujiulize all this for what? So you'd rather just kanyaga kubwa. It will save you a lot of heartache, a lot of therapy, a lot of
Okay, also the last thing, relationship should be soft landing. I think was struggle. It shouldn't be hard for someone to go like struggle with a relationship because both things, both platonic
and
struggle. So can have tunakwambia intuition tu yako inakushow very easy sharp.
So it goes without saying that you can't choose family, but you can choose the relationships you have. Like you don't have to stick any choice.
Find your own.
Unapendwa kwenu.
Once again. Anyway, with that, we've come to the end of our podcast. Thank you guys for coming. I hope tutaona next time kuna stories poa. Na mwende subtafute zingine mjemchambie. Anyway, that's it.
That's true.
Bye.
So true.
The end of the podcast. You can find us on Spotify, you can find us on TikTok, you can find us on YouTube and Youthversations. So subscribe, like, comment, share, onyesha marafiki zako, share with everybody, your parents, cousins, whatever. And there will also be a part 2, so stay tuned. Bye. This was fun. Naweza kuja nilizingie.
So mnaweza ongelea the experience.
By the way, niambie experience. Yeah. Wacha niulize. Mbiza ulishaisha. Mimi niko na swali mingi. I wish to recover next time.